Hey, I'm Julia Wheaton, and you're watching my episode now on Fangirls Only.
Alright, so hello everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of Fangirls Only. I'm your host, Vanessa Fermo, and today we're here with Julia Wheaton. So, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here. Thanks for reaching out.
No problem. Alright, so you're currently in the early stages of your career. Wait, oh, sorry. Sorry.
No, you're so
I
good. You're so
had,
good.
I had questions for the person coming on tomorrow. That was
I'm glad
embarrassing.
you noticed now. I'm glad you noticed now.
Like, wait, you're not a rapper.
I could be. No, I'm playing.
Career change. Alright. Okay, got it. So I heard that you started making music at the age of 14. So what was the first song that you remember writing about during that era of your life? And do you remember how it felt to like write a song for the first time?
Yeah, so when I first started, actually, I didn't write any of my own stuff. My sister actually wrote it for
Oh,
me. So that was when I was still trying to figure out my voice. I'd say I started writing when I was about 17, so it took me a little while. I think I was a little afraid of, my feelings and putting it out into paper. But the first song I ever like fully wrote by myself, like without other people, was my single Rather Be. And I remember the feeling of it. It's not like that deep of a song, but I just remember being able to write my feelings out on a notebook and then translate that into a song, and it felt so liberating, and it was really cool to experience that. And I was like, okay, I'm ready to speak my truth.
nice. All right, so your music blends pop with Latin influences, which makes a lot of sense since you are Brazilian. So, how do you balance those sounds when you're creating a song?
Yeah, so I think I used to lean more into the Latin stuff, but I've always loved pop. So I always wanted to have a little bit of that into it. And I think I would just always make sure to voice my influences, and like I love Ariana Grande and like Billie Eilish and stuff, Justin Bieber. So I'd always ask my producer. My brother is my producer, so he would be like co-producing when I used to be a part of a label in Brazil. So I would always tell him, and then he would add those little elements in. And now I would say that because he's my main producer now, and I also have a producer in Brazil named Pedro. Shout out, he's great. I would say that he adds more of that kind of like Latin vibe to it because I do live in the United States, so I would say that mostly I have ideas of what I want and like, influences of course from the Latin culture, but he knows so much better than I do about it. So he like puts in those little things. I feel like now it's little nuances. Well, okay, wait. Sorry, let me say that again. Now it's little nuances that I put into there more than it being like fully Latin with pop nuances. Now it's more like indie pop with a little bit of those nuances, if that makes sense.
Yeah. All right. So speaking of your music being like iconic in the Latin music industry, so your music love well, sorry, music. Your song "Loving You" got a lot of my God, English.
Girl, me too. Me
My first time
too.
speaking in a week. Don't try.
I promise you this is a judgment-free zone. I feel
Yeah.
that so hard.
All right. So your song "Loving You" got a lot of recognition during the Latin Grammys, which is so insane. So, what did that moment feel like for you? Did it like spark like lots of inspiration? And like what were the emotions going through your mind?
Yeah, I definitely it sparked a lot of inspiration because I've been making music for a long time, and at that point I think it had been 4 or 5 years since I had started. So to get that recognition, it was a lot of assurance that I was on the right track, and that it's Loving You was kind of the first songs that I really leaned into using my voice for it and stuff because that one I co-wrote was one of the first ones I co-wrote with some people in Brazil. So it was really cool to receive that recognition because I saw that, oh, my voice in it, that makes a difference, and like people are liking that and it's good. So it was really good to receive that confirmation from it. And I mean, it was surreal. Like the Latin Grammys, that's crazy.
No. You're like, thank you, thank you,
Yeah.
thank you.
No, literally.
I would like to thank.
Yeah.
Right. So, since you started your career at the age of 14, what has been the biggest challenge of building a music career at that age? And I'm guessing it wouldn't be that easy because already the music industry is like pretty hard to like break yourself into. Like, can't, not everyone's like one hit wonder overnight.
For
Not,
sure, for
it's not
sure.
everyone.
Yeah, I would say thankfully I've had my family with me, so they've been a really good support system, and very good at protecting me too, because I was so young and so naive that I think a lot of the meetings I went to and things I was offered, I don't think I would have been able to handle that or understand or make the right decisions. But I would say the hardest thing for me was that I was doing something that was so non-conventional uh, in the space that I was in, like at school and the people around me. So it was difficult to not accept it's not the right, feel accepted is not the right way to say it, but I just felt very alone. Again, like I have the best support system ever, but in the situations where I wasn't with my family or around people who understood what I was doing, like my friends, I felt judged a lot and it used to bother me. So I think that that was like the biggest thing I had to overcome. I think that's why I was afraid to really put my voice into it because I already felt like, oh, I don't know if what I'm doing is right and blah, 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 and all this stuff. So yeah, I feel like finding my voice really helped me get over that because it was definitely feeling alone is so hard because it's all in your head. Not all the time, it can be literal too, but a lot of the time it's in your head. And when you're in that mental state, it's a hard one to get out of, a hard one to understand. So that was definitely one of the biggest challenges for me.
All right, so you work really closely with your siblings, are in a band called Bloodline, so which is something not every artist like gets to experience. Like, not every family in the world is like all like music inclined, I guess you would say. So when you guys are all in the studio creating music together, are there moments like where being siblings actually like helps the creative process? I guess. Does that
Yes, yeah.
make sense?
Yeah, that makes total sense.
Okay.
110% because we can be so brutally honest with each other. Like if it's bad, like we'll just say like girl, that sucks, you know?
Yeah.
Or if it's good, we can be really supportive of each other. And also it opens up a space where you can be really honest. And I'm really close with my siblings. I always have been. So a lot of the times music comes from a very emotional place. So being able to fully voice that without, being afraid to voice it because I fully trust my brother and my sister, it's helped a lot with the vulnerability of the songs. And to a lot with me being able to say, because my brother's my producer, I can really nitpick the things and really be a part of it. Because he can't get away from me. I'm like living in the same house. So,
You're like, haha.
yeah, no, literally. I love him though. I love him.
Alright. Alright, so when you listen back to your earlier songs and then compare them to your music, What's Left of Me Now, what differences do you hear in your sound or songwriting or even the way that you approach making music now?
Yeah, oh, that's a really good question. I would say, okay, I'll list a couple of things. First of all, my voice has changed a lot. I would say, like, the maturity in my voice and my ability to portray what I'm feeling truly. That's one of the things. Also, just how emotionally connected I am. Because when I did start in the earlier ages in Brazil, I had a lot of mentors that were amazing to help me develop who I was going to become. But I also wasn't part of the writing process a lot. So I did feel a connection to the songs, but not as deep of an emotional connection. For my album, like I completely wrote that by myself. It was the first body of work that I wrote all by myself. So I feel very emotionally attached to it. And it's really my story. So that's a big difference too. And then just the sounds and stuff, like I love doing harmonies. I've always loved doing it, but I've definitely like learned over time what little things I like to add or what I don't like. And production wise too. Like I definitely leaned more into the indie side of things, a little bit more organic than my old stuff used to be.
So, as you've grown up while releasing music, how has your relationship with music changed over the years?
I've definitely grown more and more appreciative of music, and I don't know how I would live without it. I always was in love with music, but now it's like my lifeline, you know? Like I need to be creating and I need to make music. Even just listening to music too is just I feel a very close bond with it. Like almost like it's a person, if that makes sense. Yeah, it's like music is my best friend. It
Yeah,
holds my stories, it doesn't judge me, helps me feel things I didn't know were possible. So definitely that. I mean I always loved it, but I don't think I had the maturity to have as close of a connection with it as I
yeah.
do now.
Like really like understand this.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so this is the last question. And what is something that your fans may or may not know about you?
Ooh, like I feel like I'm an open book. Let me think about it for a second. I would say, okay, I'm getting a lot better at this, but I am an overthinker.
Me too.
Yes. No, by heart, it's definitely something I'm working on, and I think my social media and stuff is a really good place for me because I'm just myself on there. But I definitely used to be way worse of an overthinker, like stuff that I would post I even a story, I would think about it and like look at it a million times before posting it. Now I'm like, okay, girl, it's like it doesn't matter that much. Or
It's like I
even
give
like
up post.
no, literally, literally. But yeah, I would just say not even just in social media, but just in life, I overthink things and then I'm like, why overthink? Why have anxiety? Like, enjoy the moment. Like, these are moments that are so special. Everything in life is special. So I'm trying to live more in the moment and not be as much of an overthinker. But it may be a little deceptive because I'm like, on my story and stuff.
It's my dog's barking. We're so close to the end. I said bark.
If you do you want me to re-say anything, I
Oh no
can.
no no, you're
Okay.
good.
Uh, sorry, this is like off topic. What kind of dog do you have?
Golden Retriever.
Wait, shut up. Me too. Wait, I love Goldens.
Yeah.
I have two Goldens. They're my babies.
Oh, what were their names?
Bruno and Benny.
Oh, cute.
What about you? Sorry, this is so off topic.
His name is Leo.
Cute. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
already in love.
he's annoying, as you can tell.
Is he very needy? I honestly didn't even hear him.
He's very needy. Thank you so much for coming on. It's great having you.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Thank you so sorry, my voice cracked. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me and for reaching out. Like your questions were so thoughtful, and I
Thank
can
you.
tell that you really like looked into everything. So that means a
Yeah.
lot.
Have a great rest of your day.
You too, Vanessa, and I hope you get 100% better very soon.
I'm, I need to.
Wishing health upon you. All
Okay. All right.
right.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.